The sound of a destiny hater. Why you shave your head? Why are you in a cult? Why do you want equal money? That's weird. Yeah. Why did you block me? You blocked me. I can't tell you how stupid you are. What are you doing? This is a video response that will serve as a video response for all those questions. This one actually is going out to specific people, but it could go out to others. But this is going out to Botany 101. Yes, he's the space cadet who believes that the fate of human beings are to become gods that can move planets and stars around the universe. Who believes that nature is heaven, and that destiny is some weird cult that is ahead of its time, among other things. Yes, you were blocked because you were probably posting bullshit that indicated that you had no intention to actually give us a fair hearing, but to defend your most wonderful intellectual opinions about things. So, yeah, we don't have time to talk to people like you. And people like you are in our way. Thus, we block you so we can go about our business and spread the message, which is what we're doing. We don't have time to entertain your glorious intellectual powers. And what glorious intellectual powers they are. Botany 101. Oh, by the way, it's always you can smell a destiny hater a mile away. Yes, they use fake names. They think they're smarter than everybody else. And they value their opinions, which they have confused as truth. They have valued that so much that talking to them has proven to be a waste of time. That's why you're blocked. And you remain so until you show that you're actually can consider other things than just your most important intellectual powers that are so wonderful. And here's an example of some of these intellectual powers. On his video, I'll give a link in the box below. On this video, his video response to destiny. He makes incredible claims, several, which are in fact quite interesting. He says that nature is heaven. Yes, nature is heaven. If you're of that opinion, I have a challenge for you. I would like to drop you in the middle of a game preserve in Africa. I'd like to drop you there for maybe a day. Game preserves have lions and rhinoceroses, monkeys, bugs of different poisonous types. And I would like to see, if I put you in there with no water, no food for a day, I'd like to see what you think your heaven, your idea of heaven would be. I would challenge you. If I had enough money, I would actually fly you to South Africa, put you on a game reserve for a month. No, a day, just a day. No food and water, because you don't need food and water in heaven. I would like to see you survive that. I mean, such a wonderful heaven that would be. You wouldn't last the night. Nature is heaven. You don't really know what you're talking about. That's an opinion. Beautiful and enlightened as it may be, it does not square up with the fact, the truth of nature, which is a beautiful looking killing machine. Botany, big named know-it-all. And then he says, we have a planet that we can use for the rest of eternity. You're not going to be around for the rest of eternity. Number one, you're going to live and die. You think you're going to live beyond death, beyond the death of the mind. The mind dies with the body. That's why people stay dead. They don't come back from the dead into another body. The whole process of reincarnation has not been understood. Thanks to the interdimensional portal, we now know it was quite the story, but not the one that was presented, because everything that was presented was given to you to distract you and entertain you so you won't think about what's going on. All right? Botany, with me so far? Huh? Okay. Just consider that your opinion is an opinion. It is something your mind has come up with that sounds logical, but it is not the truth. All right? Such as your opinion of heaven being nature. I will drop you in the middle of a game preserve in Africa for a day and see if you have the same opinion. See if your experience match the. Moving on. In the future, Botany 101 says, we will take the Earth, we will be able, with the right technology, to take the Earth and translocate it if we wanted to. We can move one planet and take it over, for some reason, to another side of the universe, if we have the technology. Because we'll be gods, because technology creates gods somehow. That's really just a technocrat's wet dream. It's not really, there's nothing in the present technology as it exists today that will be able to take a planet and locate it to another part of the universe. It doesn't, I mean, there's no sense in even doing that. I mean, why? Why would you do that? I mean, there's people starving in the world, but you want to let's build a machine that will transport a planet to another part of the universe. No, I actually have been doing a lot of drugs, but yeah, I mean, I'm still Botany, wake up. Wake up. Stop doing drugs. You sound silly. The fate of human beings, Botany 101 says, is to become gods, because technology will continue, and you don't know, you haven't read, obviously, that the biggest myth in the world today, besides love and war, is that technology is going to save our asses. Technology is not going to save our asses. Technology did not save the Gulf of Mexico from the oil well. It didn't save the birds that died. It didn't save the fish in the sea that died. We don't have that technology. It's not saving, we don't have the technology to save the ocean from turning into plastic. Botany. And this is probably before your time, Botany. This is probably before your time, because you seem like a young kid and don't realize what goes on in the world, even though you have formed opinions about it. In the late 80s, or 80s, 70s, late 70s, there was an oil crisis. A 3% drop in the oil reserves caused a chaos in the first world. Not enough oil to get lines around your the gas stations. It was horrible. They're projecting not a 3% drop in the oil reserves, but a 15% drop, which will render the first world as we know it, the world of America and Europe and all the beautiful places that it's gobbling up all the world's resources. The 20% that's taking up 80% of the world's resources. They're saying that a 15% drop is in store. We won't run out of oil, but we will run out of it. There won't be enough of it to maintain the current level of existence among the cities that are using it. So we're having a showdown, a deadline, where the oil reserves may have already peaked. We may have gone past the point of no return. And it's going to take 20 years, if we started already, to address that problem. And we haven't not done that yet. You're in for a rude awakening, because within 20 years it will be apparent that we don't have enough oil to sustain our cities. Big problem, big shit ahead. We're going to need your salvia riddled mind to come up with a solution. Since you're so smart, Botany, since you're so intelligent that people don't stand up against you and make video comments because you're so goddamn smart, we're going to need your mind to come up with a solution. Don't let me down. We're part of a cult, Botany says. We're part of a fame cult. You know, we hear that a lot. But I'd like to ask you, Botany, what kind of cult do you belong to? The drug cult? The salvia cult? The enlightenment cult? You're not as smart as you think you are, really. I mean, you say half the joy in a human's life is the fight. It's conflict. We need conflict because change causes conflict, and conflict creates joy in somebody's life, apparently. We must have conflict, he says, in order to solve the problems of the universe. Bullshit. We don't need conflict. We need cooperation. Cooperation, you know, like in societies, we cooperate. We have laws and agreements to, you know, to keep the world as sane as it is. You know, we need cooperation. If we were living in a society where there was nothing but conflict, you would be changing your opinion about that quite quickly. You're lucky you live in the 20% of the world that has enough, that you can make silly, asinine comments on YouTube, and all the while having the opinion that you're smart and intelligent and so nice. It's so nice to see people, you know, spew their bullshit all over the internet for others to see. Yeah. You know, Botany, I'm picking on you, but I'm making you an example, and you could just been any of the other clowns that watch one video and then come up with a huge dissertation about what a cult destiny is, and they're communists, and blah, 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 blah. Shut up. If you talk more shit to me, I will come back, and I'll be nasty next time. All right? Don't talk shit about things you don't know about. You might want to be humble. Shut your mouth and study. Find out the shit for yourself. Stay off of drugs. All right? They're fucking with your mind. I'm out. Haters, step off.